Hey, how's everyone? Crazy times we're living in. My name is James, I'm 20 years old, like you just said. You might be here. So I'm here to take a stand for our rights, for the futures, for the children of the world, for love, peace and joy, for freedom. To take a stand against the corruption and injustice and crimes against humanity, as I'm sure all you are. But hopefully this might get a few people new to this thinking. Face masks are now mandatory in all public spaces and possibly soon outdoor too. The government guidance not long back was, and I quote, "The evidence suggests that wearing a face mask does not protect you. Evidence of the benefit of using a face mask to protect others is weak." Face masks, if worn for long periods of time, can be detrimental to your long-term health, as you are breathing in carbon dioxide and the toxins your body expels through breathing are getting caught up in that mask. Vaccines. Yes, that taboo subject. Putting all theories aside, for the pure fact they are trying to make the upcoming flu vaccine and COVID-19 vaccine mandatory should be enough to concern anybody. That is against our freedom of choice. We should be able to decide what medical help we get without there being restrictions on our health, on our freedom, sorry. Some articles I have seen have said that people who choose not to take the vaccine should be punished. The same vaccine, and from what I have read, has been rushed, and scientists have done less research and testing into the safety of it. But also considering the high survival rate from COVID, even within the people with underlying conditions, at 95% plus survival rate, why should we need a vaccine, and a mandatory one at that? Plus, it's concerning when on the government website page for vaccine damage payment, it lists, and I quote, "Influenza except for influenza caused by a pandemic influenza virus." So COVID-19 is supposedly a pandemic influenza virus. So this means then that the same vaccine that they haven't done much testing for or research for and have plans to make mandatory for a virus with high survival rate, if that vaccine causes damage to you or your family, you ain't getting any compensation. It's all just ridiculous. Another thing I'd like to touch on is death tolls, which have also been widely exaggerated, and the media have even admitted this, and the government too. Many mainstream articles have also reported on this recently, exaggerated to spread fear, because fear is a powerful thing, but not as strong as hope. When they reported on the death tolls on the news, they always said, for example, 57 dead today after testing positive for COVID-19. So after testing positive being the key words there, because this does not mean they directly died from COVID. This could mean they died while having symptoms of COVID, which just so happen to be the symptoms of every illness under the sun. And don't get me started on the crap they've come out recently in the news. You know, for example, councils can bulldoze contaminated homes as last resort to stop the spread of COVID. Or people over 6 foot tall are more likely to catch COVID. And even ear and eye protection could help prevent the spread of COVID. It's some Terminator level stuff, this virus, I swear. See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. They want to keep us mind controlled and have non-questioning, corrupt, law-abiding citizens instead of free-thinking, inquisitive, common law-abiding free men and women. The real viruses are the slow culling of our human rights and freedoms and wars and the trafficking of our fellow men, women, boys and girls around the world. All of this has been swept under the rug for years now, and it's time it changes. We need to expose and combat the corruption and horrible crimes that are rife as of now and have been for years for the sake of our futures. I'd like to finish on a few quotes. One by Jimi Hendrix, and he apparently said, "When the power of love overcomes the love of power, the world will know peace." And remember, we are one, together we thrive, let love rule, and no one has the power over you. Thank you.
Thank you, James. I think that could be the start of a glittering career in politics, activism and whatever.